guys, welcome back to my channel, The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 13. This is the finale, y'all. The moment we've been waiting for. Let's quickly go over what happened last episode, because last episode was a big one. Aaron Wright thought he was gonna kill himself, didn't end up killing himself. He ended up poisoning the I forget what his name, Peter? It wasn't in the drink, it was in the little booklet thing that he gave him. And then after he poisoned him, he drank from his drink as a little power move. And then he sent a video transmission to Jewel Mao and Christian, who were having a meeting at the time. And he said that this guy had a heart attack and he is dead. Obviously, both of them knew that he probably didn't die of a heart attack and he was killed. It was definitely a power move by Aaron Wright. I don't know what the state of Christian and Aaron Wright's relationship is going to be now, since I think it would have been really fishy to Jewel Mao had Aaron Wright not threatened Christian in his video. Like, if Aaron Wright didn't say anything about Christian, didn't threaten her in that video, Jewel Mao would have the thought, oh, okay, they're still working together. This was Christian's doing. But the fact that he threatened her in that video, maybe that was a direct move to kind of save Christian and him's relationship and not get Jewel Mao to think that Christian was in on it. He wanted to claim sole responsibility for doing that, and now he's relevant again. And I was having suspicions of him from the prior episodes. I mean, the show was building his character up to be like this pitied character, feel bad for him. He's like gonna kill himself because he's so close to the edge now. He has nothing to live for, blah, blah, blah. I saw through it. I didn't think that he was gonna poison this guy, but I knew that some shit was gonna happen. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought that he was teaming up with Jewel Mao and they were gonna do something to Christian. That's what I thought was gonna happen. So yeah, that's really the main takeaway I got from last episode. Everything else was just, you know, with the whole rescuing the refugees on Ganymede, that was really sad that they couldn't rescue everybody. That was just really like a driving home moment, I think, from Naomi, because she had lost her son, and I think she really resonated with those people who also were losing people who they couldn't be saved, and their family members were saved, so they were being separated. And it sucks. In Naomi's case, I don't know if her son died. We still have not gotten information about that, but she still resonated with them. It was a very, very emotional moment, and it made me really think about how badly I feel for these people, these Belters, the refugees that were on the ship. I feel bad for everybody who is a product of the system not giving a shit about them. In terms of this war, I hope that we don't see any casualties of people that I like, especially not Christian. I don't think that Christian is gonna die though. She has too much potential, too much to do. I'm looking forward to seeing the fallout from what just happened with Aaron Wright. So I'm gonna shut up and get right into the episode. So without further ado, let's get into episode 13.
You're shot.
What?
No.
Well, that's disappointing. You up for a little patchwork?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Oh my god, I forgot about the fucking thing that was on board with them.
Pressure.
What the fuck is that?
Hold it! It's in the cargo
I
bay!
forgot. How did I forget that?
That's the thing.
It was on board.
Son of a bitch, it must have hitched a ride when we had it cornered in the ag dome.
The thing is a living weapon. It's a killing machine.
It's not a machine.
It's not human.
It clearly was once.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna talk.
No, you're not. All we have to do is make sure it gets onto the hull so Alex can roll the ship and dump it into the drive plume.
What the hell is that thing doing?
I don't know.
It looks like it's scratching itself.
Failsafe?
It has some kind of tech implanted in its chest.
Oh, shit!
What the fuck was that?
Oh no!
Holden, Amos, what the hell is going on?
That thing fit into the wall of the cargo container!
Amos, fall back. Amos, you're losing air. You need to get out of here now. Get out of here. You're no good. anyone dead.
No. I mean, to be fair, this thing wasn't violent with them until they started shooting, so...
Maybe it no longer considers you a threat.
I think there's a human in there, somewhere deep down. I mean, it has human emotions, maybe.
The device it tore out of its chest was a failsafe regulator, some kind of command and control module. Clearly it's intelligent.
Oh, is that why you
We
didn't...
can speculate about its intelligence after we get it out of this ship.
We were hurting that thing for sure.
Hey guys, are you saying this?
The proton molecule feeds on radiation. That thing's trying to get to the reactor.
And it punctures the chamber.
We're more or less fucked.
I think I agree with Prax on this whole thing. It is intelligent. It was once a human.
Aaron Wright must have covered that too. He delivered you to the enemy like a Christmas present.
Privacy view.
So he doesn't care about Christian. That kind of answers my question.
Access points.
Is that what Aaron Wright's goal was? For Christian just to
I found
not
where-
come back? So he
There's a
could
maintenance crawl on the other side of
have
that wall.
control?
That is not going to work.
You'd never make that climb.
Jesus Christ, not because I'm old. He's been shot.
So she's really old.
Come save her asses. I'll cover you.
Holy shit, is Bobby about to go beast mode? Because I'm ready for that. If that thing is intelligent, it's gonna know how to use a... Oh, it's smart. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Powering up.
No.
No one has to get hurt. What we need to do now is settle down till I can talk to Mr. Mao.
So you're not going to kill anyone?
I don't have to.
They can't let me walk out of this. We are only alive until Mao is sure we aren't used for his grand scheme.
Yeah. No. Holy shit.
You know how many?
Anyone we don't know, shoot on sight.
Shit.
Oops.
Oops.
Bobby's hot. That's a great shot.
I've been on the other side of this conversation. And if the next few minutes is all we get, we should take it. Don't be an idiot like I was. And find someplace safe to write all this out.
He can't die.
Are you saying you regret it? Everything we've done since the Canterbury?
No. Only because I don't get to spend more time with you.
Unless you can see how to get you out safe and get that thing off our ship, don't talk to me. Not until I've fixed this.
Hurry up, guys.
Hand over Avasarala for us to keep safe. You and the Martian can take it and go.
I take the Martian, and you let us walk out.
Look,
No.
we both know how this goes.
Is he really gonna let
I
this
need to
guy
keep control of the Undersecretary,
manipulate
not you.
him? He's really gonna let this guy get to him?
One of yours for Avasarala. So I know you won't shoot us down after we launch.
Give me the gun.
This asshole.
Naomi said that the creature gets energy from radiation, right?
Yeah.
We can change the gradient. If we give it a better food source that's easier to reach, we won't have to force it out. We lure it out. This ship has torpedoes armed with nuclear warheads, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I love that. Prax, look at Prax.
Ask yourself, is he worth it?
Who?
The man you serve here.
I'm an electrician.
You're about to lay down your life for an unworthy master.
So, if I let you in, you'll let me go?
my word.
Do you think that you could throw me in one of those cargo lockers, maybe rough me up a little, just so they don't think,
In case I have to kill you, I just wanted to say thanks. You made some pretty stupid choices since you've been in charge, but you were always trying to do the right thing, so that came out bad. I mean, you were always trying to be a good man. It's nice not having to worry about being on the right team.
If I have any value as a prisoner, I may use it to save your life.
Gambling haven't decided to take you out. I won't let you make it.
I don't answer to you. This is Christian Avasarala. Hold your fire. I'm coming out.
Come on, where's Bobby?
Find the girl.
Clean up the mess.
Yes, sir. It's
No.
nothing personal.
I guess Mom made up his mind.
I'm so sorry.
I thought they were gonna shoot her right there.
It's working!
Copy that. Prax, when I disengage the interlock, the chain will try to foul shut, so I have to hold it open manually. Keep it steady.
It's out the door. It's headed your way. Okay, here it comes. Get ready.
See it. Steady, Prax. Just let it get a little closer.
Holy shit.
No! Prax!
Firing up the barbecue.
Wow. That was crazy looking. That was a great shot.
Good job, man. You guys really saved my ass.
Actually, it was his idea.
Glad I didn't have to kill you, brother.
You too.
I have something I need to say to you.
How bad could it be?
Oh,
We said no more secrets, but I've still got one.
is she gonna tell him about the
Whatever it is,
sample?
be all right.
I don't ever remember a time when Earth, Mars, and the Belt weren't fighting.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sides change sometimes. What we think we're fighting for. But it just seems we can't ever stop fighting war after war after war. I don't think it will ever change.
Wow.
Technology certainly hasn't changed it.
Wow. Look at that.
No one knows what the protomolecule wants or what it's doing. It's already scattered too far to ever be sure it'll all be gone. It's part of the equation now.
I have chills.
And it will be from now on. We can't change that. I didn't destroy our sample.
What did you do?
I gave the protomolecule to Fred Johnson.
No, are they gonna cut it? I want to see his reaction to that shit. I mean, we haven't seen Fred Johnson in a couple of episodes. Like, what is he doing with it? For the Belters. He says he's for the Belters, but is he actually? Is this on Europa? Is this?
Sweet dreams.
That's so many. No. Okay. I needed to take a second to calm down because that was a lot of stuff just happened. I'm gonna work my way backwards. First of all, that scene with the Arbogast just now was one of the most beautiful, like, shots, I think, in all of The Expanse. The Expanse has done, like, amazing at showing these shots and filming this in such a beautiful way, because you don't have, like, the most beautiful medium that you're working with, right? You're on like these ships all the time, they're clunky, you're in space, which is black, but somehow they manage to make these shots so vivid and colorful and beautiful. And it's, even when it's something like the Arbogast blowing up, and I assume these people are going to die unless the protomolecule saves them or something happens with that, because there was protomolecule like particles around them, just like when Miller died. So I don't know if they're going to be saved, but even when it's something like that, which is sad, they somehow managed to make it so beautiful. Just like the scene with Miller and Julie. It was a very sad moment, but it was just such an extraordinarily beautiful way to portray something so sad. That is something that The Expanse does very right. I mean, even with the music, I was saying the music was really good this episode. They managed to make these scenes so beautiful that you forget that something, you know, inherently sad is happening. I did not think, there wasn't a second that I thought that Holden was going to die. I knew that he couldn't die because there was some unfinished business there with Naomi, and then that ended up getting, you know, laid out on the table this entire episode at the end. So I don't know what Holden's gonna do. I don't know what his reaction is gonna be. They kind of cut his reaction to the whole thing. We knew that Naomi gave it to Fred Johnson though, didn't we not? MVP this episode though, I don't know. Do I give it to Bobby? Because Bobby kicked some major ass this episode. I was definitely expecting her to kick some major ass once Christian told her to go get her armor. What I was not expecting was her little spy informant guy to turn on her, but I guess that made sense since he was literally dying and had nothing else to do to save himself other than give up Christian. And even Christian was like, I understand if you need to do this, do what you gotta do. But he said, I guess he changed his mind in the end because he owed Christian's son a favor because he was the cause of his death, you know. They haven't really gone into too much detail with that whole story, but Christian was like, you know, do this for me, do this for my son. He was like, I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing this for your son. Protecting you is my duty to him, it's my favor to him. So he's not loyal, he's loyal to Christian's son. But Bobby came in right at the right moment, and she fucking lifted them like they were nothing. I mean, she is insanely powerful, insanely badass. I would want to have Bobby on my side as well as Amos. I think that's like a power duo right there. If you take any two people from this show that you don't want to mess with, it's Bobby and Amos, for sure. I think I don't know who would take down who in a fight like that, Amos or Bobby. I think Bobby could definitely take Amos down. Amos would put up a pretty good fight, but I don't know. I think Bobby has too much power. Too much power, definitely. I mean, she's militarily trained. In regards to everything else, we have the whole proto-molecule thing still. Naomi admitted that she gave the sample to Fred, so Fred has a sample of it. There's a proto-dude that got blown up this episode by the Rossi, thanks to Prax. Prax and Alex, the two smartest people on the Rossi, I think. Nobody listens to Prax, though. Alex is like the voice of reason, while Prax is also a smart guy, but people just don't listen to him. I guess I understand also why they wouldn't listen to him, because he thought that the proto-dude was May. Clearly it was not May. That was confirmed at the end of this episode with Strickland. And she's still alive. She's not dead. She's just in like a cryogenic, like, hibernation thing. And a lot of other children, it seemed like, were there too. So, I don't know. It seems like they might be making super soldiers out of these kids that have diseases, and because the protomolecule can be used for many different things. It started as something to cure, like, diseases and enhance humans, so maybe they're taking the most weak of the population, literally children with diseases, and they're making them these super proto-dudes, super soldiers, I don't know. As far as predictions for the next season, because this was the last episode of this season, there's definitely going to be fallout between, I mean, we didn't get to see, because there was only like 3 real storylines they focused on this season, or this episode, and one of them was the whole Christian thing that was going down, the showdown there. Then it was the crew on the Rossi, and then it was, for a little bit, the Venus thing that was happening with the Arbogast. I want to see the fallout between Holden and Naomi. That's going to be intense, because if there's anybody that I would not want to tell that piece of information if I were Naomi, it would be Holden, just because of how he feels about Fred, and how they left each other, too. Fred was like, if you're not with me, just leave. Like, bye. If we don't have the same mindset, you know. Fred wants to use it for the Belters. fucking Fred. And then Holden wants to destroy it. So Fred said, if you're not going to be on board with me, then leave. So they didn't really, they didn't really say goodbye to each other on the best of circumstances. So that's going to be an interesting reunion, I guess. As far as everything else, I don't really have a lot of predictions. I don't think the people on the RBS died, though, because the one scientist, Christian's friend, he was, like, smiling, almost like he was excited to be a part of this. And it excited him. And that lines up with his mindset this entire season. So maybe they'll become a part of the proto-molecule. I don't know. But then by that logic, then Miller and Julie would have had, or Miller would have had to become a part of the proto-molecule on Venus too. If it's not his physical self, or if it's not their physical selves, maybe they'll become a joint consciousnesses. Right now we've only seen like 2 forms of the proto-molecule. The proto-dude, which has been created, and then the other form is just the blue, floaty, sparkly stuff that just is everywhere. There's no actual form of it. So we haven't really seen it used as a weapon other than the proto-dude that was being created. We haven't seen it used in any other way. So I think season 3 is going to largely focus on Strickland, since he was introduced this season, and just how he ties into everything, and with the whole kids, and I don't know, maybe he's working with Mao. I don't know. The whole thing with Strickland is just fishy. It's like, how is somebody that evil if they didn't get that operation done to remove their empathy, like their empathetic capacity? I don't get it. One thing I do know is that there's a lot of proto-molecule out there, so Holden better snap out of it if he thinks that he's going to destroy it all. I don't think that's possible. I think Naomi needs to humble him a little bit. Too many people with too many corrupt motives have the proto-molecule in their hands. So this is becoming very political this past season. I think it's just going to get even more intense in season 3. I definitely like this season better than season 1. We became accustomed to the characters in season 1, and now that we knew the characters in season 2 and I was really invested in the storylines, I think I just enjoyed this season overall a lot more than season 1. It also had more episodes in season 1, so maybe that's not fair, but I look forward to seeing season 3 and seeing how they all rank up for me. I'm gonna stop talking and charge up my camera and get into season 3 because I can't deal with the cliffhangers. And Expanse, they always do the pilot episodes of the season really well, so I'm gonna assume that season 3 has a really good pilot. As always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already, and I will see you guys for season 3. Alright, bye guys.